back, ladies and gentlemen.
What's up, what's up, what's up?
How's everybody doing?
So good.
I'm sure.
So good. I hope you guys are all doing well. For those of you that are saddened inexplicably by the news of Trump being elected as our new president, again, I'm sorry I can literally see my own breath. Are you serious
it's
right now?
So cold in.
Yeah, I might need to figure out the heater situation because that's getting.
This is turning into
Well,
Alaska.
It is turning. That's what I was gonna say. It's just like our room in Alaska.
But we did say that. Oh no, it's not gonna get that cold. We'll be fine with the heaters off. No, we can see our breath as
Well, the
we are
thing is
recording.
that in Alaska we managed until it got to like the single digits and the negatives.
I mean, yeah, we can manage, but it's like I also shouldn't have to put on 3 layers of clothes in my own home with a blanket.
Have 3 layers of clothes.
I actually do. I have shorts on under here, I have my sweatpants, and now I have a blanket on top.
I stand corrected. Well, the blanket doesn't count, so 2.
Well, yeah.
And I have 2 if we're counting. I got underwear and sweatpants. So I get your point. Okay, I'll get it figured out.
Yeah, it's cold in here.
Anyways, for those of you that are saddened by the news, I'm sorry that you guys are sad. Quite frankly, we're headed in a better direction than what you would have wanted. Your priorities were not straight this time around, and I hope to see them come straight.
Eventually.
Literally, come straight.
Okay. We will not be getting into anything regarding the election.
Yeah.
But what's done is done. Can't do anything about it, so suck it up and move on with your life.
Yes. We also gotta go to work.
Yeah. And later on, I think people will eventually start to realize the good that comes from this.
Yeah. But any whoosies, we have other things in life going on, such as
we talked about it a little bit a few episodes ago. I don't remember which one. But I had mentioned how there was this competition called the High Rocks. I just talked like briefly on it. I'm pretty sure I just mentioned how I would like to do it. But it's official. Well, kind of, because we haven't bought the tickets yet. But like,
oh man, this is a conversation I've been waiting on. My dad's calling. I've been trying to hear from him throughout this whole election thing, and now he's finally calling me. But I'll get back to him. It's okay. I'm ready for that conversation, though. Continue, milady.
I forgot what I said.
We've officially decided to do.
We made the decision to sign up, but we have yet to actually buy the tickets for the competition. So it's not like official that we're like in registration or whatever. But we will get to that. But yes, we are doing it. We are doing the High Rocks doubles, mixed doubles. They have different categories. You can do singles, and then it's divided by men and women. And then there's doubles mix, which is for both man and woman to go together. And there's also like pro divisions, which we're definitely not doing that one.
No. Barely do the amateur.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure. So there's different weights for, let me just explain the whole race because maybe some people don't know what it is. You have your different categories, and then in each category there's different weights for each. So like obviously the women's category has less weight. Not that it's easy, because I mean the whole competition is hard as a whole, but like there are certain categories with certain activities. So there's 8 exercises, and then in between each exercise you have to run a kilometer. So you start running a kilometer, and then you go through your exercises, and then in between each one you run your kilometer, and then you finish. But the whole point is to do it the fastest you can. But it's also possible to like place higher in your category, or not. You can place in your age category overall, and then they also do it to like each exercise. Now you can be your fastest in just one specific exercise. So that's cool.
By the way, a kilometer, a little over half a mile for those of us
Yeah.
that speak English.
It's like 0.6-ish,
Yeah,
around there.
yeah, roughly 0.6 of a mile.
Yeah. So yeah, you do a bunch of different exercises, and then the main exercise that has like the most weight are the sled push and pull, which is absolutely brutal if you have never pushed or pulled a sled. Um,
Boy,
we haven't even like touched the surface of where we really need to be at on weight. We do have 3 months. November. Yeah, we have 3 months of training to do, but for our division specifically, the sled push I think is heavier than the pull, and the push is like 330-ish pounds.
I feel like they should make the pull heavier because it's so much easier.
Well, it's not easier because the way that we're doing it is easier, but remember I told you that it's different in the race.
What's it like in the race?
The weight's all the way at the end. You have to pull
Oh,
it from
yeah.
your standing position.
Oh, so
That's
you're not allowed
definitely
to move?
harder. Yeah.
Oh, so you're just using
And
your
you have to
arms.
make sure that like you're staying within like a 2 foot box the whole time. And if you step out, you get a penalty.
Yeah, I guess that might be harder.
So, not sure how that's going to go race day because our gym does not have that. So, we're practicing with something different and easier than what race day is. But they do let you, they have like a practice run or just like the same machines of the exercise to like test before you actually start your race. So, we'll probably have to give that a go at least once, like a few hours before. Definitely not right before because then we're just going to tire ourselves out. Um, but yeah, the most is I think the 320 something, and then the pull is like 2 something. So that'll be fun. As of right now, we started at 100 pounds.
Yeah, we started with 100 pounds on the push and pull. Like I said, the pull is a lot easier, but I guess it's the way that we're doing it is that it's a lot easier. Um, but man, that push.
You know, the push is tough.
Yeah. So basically, long story short, on it was Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Our
Tuesday I
Tuesday
died.
was that was our first. Well, we have a certain split throughout our whole week, but specifically Tuesday and Thursdays, we split it to where we do half the race. So we're practicing the exact machines of
Yes.
race day, and then Monday, Wednesday is our regular upper body leg day and training in specific exercises that should help us for high rocks things. And then Saturdays, we will attempt to do long runs.
Yes. I feel like yes.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, I didn't recall the Saturday thing, but yeah. Um. Yeah. I died, guys. And look, it's not because I wasn't physically capable, because we made it through the first set or the first first set perfectly fine. So
But
we
we were
started
like a set and a half. We were like
set and a half.
literally finishing up on the second one.
Yeah. Set and a half. So we started with what is it called? The ski pole.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if you guys have ever seen that machine where you like grab onto these handles and you like pull. I don't know how else to explain
It's
that.
a skier. Yeah, it's just a pulling
Yeah, just
machine.
look it up. A ski pull machine or ski pull, something like that. So we started with that. We went for 200 meters, which took about like what, 45 seconds, a minute. Wasn't that bad.
Yeah, race day is 1,000.
Well, yeah. Started with that. Then we went right into the pushing thing, and again, 100 pounds. I mean, it sounds a lot easier than the 330 pounds that we're eventually going to do, but it was a lot harder than I thought.
This is also like our first time ever.
I mean, yeah, it's literally
doing
day
an
one.
exercise like that.
Yeah, it's supposed to be hard. Yeah, I made it through the whole first. She pushed it down, I pushed it back, and she pushed down again. I pushed it back, and then we went into the pull. So we had another 100 pounds on a little pulling ski thing, and then we pulled. She went down, I went back, same thing. And then we went into the burpee things. What is it?
Just broad jumps.
Broad jumps. So obviously you do like a box jump thing forward, you lunge forward, and you do a little push up, get up, jump again. So yeah, we did that. Then we started on the second set. I was doing good with the ski pull, and then we got to the push. So once
You did one push.
yeah, she pushed down, and then I pushed back. And mind you, I was physically capable. It's not that I wasn't able to push the weight. It's that my body decided to commit suicide because I wasn't properly hydrated or well fed on Tuesday. Because Tuesday, due to work stuff, I was out on the flight line all day, literally stuck in a truck. I drank one bottle of water, the one that I brought with me, filled up my Spider-Man water bottle. One time, I tried to spare it throughout the day so I didn't die of thirst, but I drank it within like the first 30 minutes, so that was already a wash. And then I wasn't allowed to get food until eventually I got offered by somebody to bring it out, and I told him to bring me some water, but I didn't get any. So, oh well. See, I had one bottle of water and a slice of pizza.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. My body just like I got nauseous. I wasn't well like hydrated or well fed. So my body died. And I tried to push through it, but then when I started to push through it, that's when it got worse, like immediately. Because I don't know if you noticed, but halfway through that push, my first push on the way back, I really started to like push harder because I wanted to get it done. Tried to like that last half of the push really set me off. Like I started, it was nausea, and then it was like, oh, I'm gonna pass out. So that's why I started sitting down.
Yeah, you were white.
Yeah.
And your lips were blue. That's why I told you to lay down.
Yeah. So that's how I am, though, right? So I've always that's my mentality with a lot of things. I will literally push myself to the brink of death, which is what I tried to do because I'm very stubborn about like physical stuff because I want to compete, right? Right now we're training for a competition, and I'm not gonna go out there, excuse my language, looking like a bitch, right? So I'm gonna push myself to the limits. Except for the limits almost made me pass out. So I might have to chill out. But also, I don't like being a little baby.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways,
We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
yeah.
I can always compete in the singles by myself if anything.
Let's relax now. Today I've been well fed, well hydrated. I will do a lot better. Also, we're not pushing 4 million pounds today, so I feel a lot better about what's happening. Excuse me. Yeah, so after I started dying, and I tried to like tell her like, oh, I feel better now because I sat down, took a breather, drank a little sip of water, and I'm like, all right, let's go. And she's like, no, just lay down. And I'm like, no, I'm good. Let's go. So she stopped me. Lame.
Because you were literally white.
Boo.
No, not boo.
Boo.
You were blue and white. That's definitely not a sign to start getting up.
I am willing to die to win. I want to go out there and win.
Shut up. This was barely our first date. Now is baby steps.
I'm trying to win.
Yeah.
Mamba mentality and all that.
You can't win if you die halfway through.
Yeah,
not even.
At least I died trying. I don't want to go out like a baby. Yeah, so the workout was kind of cut short there after I guess actually felt better, if that's what you want to call it. She went and ran on the treadmill or like jogged, and then I was just kind of walking there at like 1.5 speed, and then we left. So yeah, we didn't do our third set. We just finished up, or she finished up the second set, and yeah.
So yeah, it's definitely not going to be an easy journey, and day of is definitely not going to be easy either. I don't mind the weights part. Obviously, the sled push and pull is what I'm most concerned about. Everything else is really just like endurance and just figuring out who's going to do what. Because thankfully, with the whole doubles thing and you're going with a partner, you can split up your exercises between each other however many times you want. As long as you're hitting the numbers, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
So I definitely want to go in with a plan on like how much each person is doing, not so much like let's show up and then person goes whenever the other person dies out. I'd rather know like exactly
Yeah, that was
what
my
we're gonna
initial
do.
plan.
Yeah.
Before we started the workout, she was like, "All right, so we got to figure out how much time we're gonna do each exercise, how we're gonna pass on to the next person, and make sure we're doing stuff efficiently." I'm like, "Screw that! Let me just go out there and die, and then when I die, you go until you die, and then while you're doing your turn and dying, I'll be recuperating, and then we can just keep going to the death, because championship mentality." And she was like, "No," so she shut me down pretty quick.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing that because I will die within 2 seconds if I'm doing so much more than I can. Also, we're gonna get through like half the competition. There's like you're doing half and then I'm doing half, and no.
Yeah.
Also, I'm pretty sure you don't want to push the thing by yourself.
Well, no, I mean, obviously, that was going to be the one thing where I'd be willing to concede. Let's take turns. But for
Uh-huh.
other stuff, if I'm
Mm-hmm.
doing fine, like, why am I going to make you get in on the action if I'm fine?
Well, because teamwork is supposed to be split.
Well, yeah, it is teamwork by letting you be rested for the next time that for when I'm not available.
Uh-huh.
It's good teamwork. I'm actually
Yeah.
saving you if you're thinking about
It's more like I'm gonna let you compete. I'll be here if you need me.
it. Yes, you can be my emotional support.
No, that's not what that is.
I'm just kidding. Of course, I'm gonna be a good teammate, guys. I'm just joking. It's just, again, my mentality is I will leave it all out there. That's how I like to display my competitiveness.
Yes. So that's in a few months. We'll probably take just a month to like get used to the workouts, and then next month we'll figure out like who needs to do what.
Yeah.
And hopefully I had mentioned this to him, but I want to try to train with like heavier weights, not by like a huge amount, but like 5 to 10 pounds more depending what it is. Um Training heavier than what the actual competition is. So in that way day of, it doesn't feel as dreadful if you're already getting used to training a little bit more.
Oh, that was kind of my logic with the me going until I die and then it's your turn. Because then I'd be conditioning myself to like, or we'd be conditioning
I mean,
ourselves to like push ourselves to the limit.
training purposes, yeah, but like definitely the month before we need to be on a schedule
Yeah, because
and like
obviously,
have numbers and stuff.
yeah, obviously, like you're trying to say, as far as using more weight is like being over prepared is definitely the best way to go.
Yeah. I think like exactly a month before I'd want to do like a mock
A mock
a
PT
mock
test.
yeah, we'll do like a mock race day thingy. Just to see like time wise what we're looking at. I would really like to be under 2 hours. What?
How are we gonna do that?
What do you mean?
A mock test.
We do the exercises and then we run on the treadmill for a
But how are we
kilometer.
going to do that without looking absolutely insane in the gym?
I don't care.
Running back and forth everywhere.
Yeah, and
Okay.
they can eat it. I'm pretty sure nobody's gonna care. Everybody is so in their world at that gym. Like there's nobody cares.
Oh yeah, we are going. Did we mention that?
No,
Yeah, no. So normally we go to what's called the mom gym. It's the much smaller one that has a basketball
that's what it's
court.
called. The
Yes.
mom gym.
Yes.
Oh,
Well, yeah, because it has the yoga room, the spin classes. Like that's the mom gym.
but now we're with the cool
Yeah, but
kids.
now we're at the Dragon Fitness Center, which has like all the cross fitness stuff.
It's where the big
All
weightlifters go.
yeah, the big weightlifters, the ones that are like really like the big shredded dudes, the ones that have
The
good physiques.
bodybuilders.
Yeah, like last night. No, it wasn't last night.
It was last night.
Oh yeah, it was. Last night there was this dude wearing like a strongest man in the world contest type of shirt. And bruh, he had like 5 or 6 plates of 45 on each side of this bar. And he was doing that thing where you like push the bar up and you like split your legs. You guys know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Where you do like the little jump thing. And he was doing that with ease. And then he was doing this funny other exercise after, but Because
That was so funny to watch. That looked like the way that he was doing it. It just looked like a mad little kid. Like,
yeah. So after he, I think, got done doing sets of whatever that thing is, um, he took just a plain, maybe like 10-pound bar, like one of those that you do in like the group exercise classes, and then he literally just started like,
he would. It would be like a what's the word? Where he just like he goes at a fast pace. I don't know how to explain it.
yeah, he
He
was like,
wasn't just like easily like shoulder pressing it. He'd be like holding it and then shoot in the air as
yeah,
fast as he could.
yeah, he would start around here at like shoulder level, and then all of a sudden, yeah, just as fast as possible, arms straight up, and then he'd bring it back down. Give it a few seconds, arms straight up. It was so hilarious the way that he was doing it, because like you said, it looked like a little child, like a little boy was mad and just flailing his arms up. So funny.
Yeah.
But no, dude, that guy was massive. Like you
Yeah.
talk about Hulk, bro.
He was huge.
His
Mhm.
calves were the size of my head.
Yeah, this is at least like the way that the gym is split, like all of the machines are like more towards the front and then the back is more of um like weightlifting or not weightlifting for like the bodybuilding type people.
Yeah,
Like you have the big racks, big plates and all the heavy stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
And not to mention, on Tuesday, there was this lady that looked like freaking She-Hulk.
She was also training for I don't know what. She was doing handstand push-ups.
Yep. She was up against the wall doing handstand push-ups and like clapping her hands in between each rep. Dude, like she was insane. I've
See, that's what I'm saying. Like nobody's gonna care if we're running around doing exercises because nobody cared about her, and she's there doing push-ups on her head.
yeah, no, she like I don't know, it might sound kind of weird to some people, but like her type of muscular physique is the kind of physique that to me on a woman, like not to sound, sexist or anything, but that's just not the kind of stuff that I'm into. Like I'm not attracted to that.
She just had a weightlifter body.
Yeah, no, like I'm happy. I'm happy for her. Like that is so cool for her that she's been able to build her body up like that. I mean, I'm not like I don't even look like that. So all the power to her. But personally, I mean, she ain't my type. But damn, she was like
Yeah,
swole.
she was huge. Her arms were jacked. You can tell that she's got abs. Legs were just like tree trunks. She was.
I
She's
bet
definitely a
money.
weightlifter.
Yeah, I bet money we're gonna see her at that High Rocks competition and she's gonna whoop our butts. Single
Yeah.
handedly. She'll be in the doubles tournament and kick our butts.
Yeah.
All by herself.
Thankfully, or at least I hope. Or it just like not common sense. What is it? I think the more athletic people or like those who have giant bodies, I'm pretty sure they go into the pro division anyways. Because like
Oh yeah.
this is we're going in with the rookies.
Yeah, no, I would hope that she finds herself into like the super duper pro division.
However,
and the guy from yesterday as well.
now that since our first I didn't mention this earlier. Because we're doing doubles mixed, for this specific category, this is the same weight as men's, unfortunately. So like the weights for all of the exercises that we have to do
Oh yeah.
are the same weights that your regular men's competition would be, but the same weights as the women's pro. So I could go into women's pro singles because I would have already been doing the weight for our doubles mixed. So I can go with the big leagues.
Well, if you run into that lady from Tuesday, I'm sorry,
Oh
but you're
no.
going to lose. She will wipe the floor with you.
I would have to really really, especially for singles. That's a lot of training because that's doing everything by yourself. That's a lot. That's way too much, and especially like if I were to go into pro, I'd be pushing the amount that we're doing by myself. So I would need to look like her in order to even want to consider going into pro. But I mean, I've actually seen a few people on TikTok that like aren't shredded. And the first competition that they go do is a pro division. So I don't know. Some people just got it like that. But
Yeah.
I could go into pro because I'm already doing the weight here.
Yeah, I guess you could do it. I'm just
Yeah.
saying she will walk. She will use your head
No,
as a
yeah.
mop.
If I'm going to pro, I'm gonna be in with some like big muscle mommies.
Yeah, and like she's not even like the lady we saw. She was talking about you don't have to be ripped to do the conversation. This lady we're talking about, she wasn't ripped. She was straight. She was a unit. Is what she was.
It's also because like it's the same thing when you see like really muscular short guys. They just look funny because they're like stubby.
Oh yeah, it's like
She was
the
my height, but like she's big, so
yeah,
like
it's like
it
the
just
short,
looks
stubby
stubby.
Mexican that I don't want to look like. But like again, all power to her.
No,
She
yeah, she's
respectfully, she
insane.
could beat my ass. So like, what am I gonna say? You look terrible? No, she looks great.
Yeah. Um. Yeah, that's what we're currently in training for. What else? I was gonna say something else about this little journey, but I forgot.
Uh, bulking season. I'm kind of confused at the moment about it because of all this extra training that we're now
Oh
doing for the high
yeah.
rocks. So I don't know. I don't know. All I know, I don't know.
All you know
All I
is
know is
that
that I don't know.
you can just eat, and it doesn't matter what you
Yeah.
eat.
Right now I'm last time she told me I'm probably eating about like 35-ish hundred calories a day for 200 grams of protein, and it's
Yeah.
kind of where I'm at. Not that I need all that protein, but I'm eating it, and maybe now it's good that I am eating it because of all this high rocks competition stuff. So it'll
Yeah,
even out, I
no,
guess.
the calories that we're burning now with this specific training, just up until now, the like last 3 days, which have been the only 3 days that we've actually been training for this, um, we're losing about 500 calories a workout, which before I would barely really be hitting like 350, 400 on a leg day, but now we're hitting 500, so
Yeah,
it's a lot of calories, which just
yeah,
means more and more food.
yeah.
That's
So
good.
I guess now that's turned my like bulking season into more like maintenance slash
If
definitely
anything,
not
this
bulking.
is, I feel like I was thinking about it earlier. This is actually like a good thing to do at our time now because for me, I am eating, I don't want to say less because I'm definitely eating a lot. But according to how much I'm, what you call it, like how many calories I'm burning, I should definitely be eating more than the amount of food that I'm eating now. So I'm putting myself in even a bigger deficit even though I'm eating like a good amount and I still hit about like 130, 140 grams of protein, but because I'm burning so much now, um, I've just put myself in a deeper deficit, like unintentionally, but because we are working so hard and I'm actually like working out my muscles, I think this is actually good because now I'm like losing the weight faster and toning up faster because I definitely should be eating way more. I'm barely hitting like 1,000 calories a day.
Yes.
But we're training really hard. So my muscles are gonna get swole.
Although I think you should probably maybe eat a little bit more.
I'm trying. Like today and yesterday, I've really been just stuffing my face with stuff, and it's making me nauseous. Like I don't want to eat anymore.
Yeah, I mean she has historically had a small belly. She's not much of an eater, so
Yeah, it comes and goes because like when I first started the cut, I was obviously making myself eat a little more in terms of protein and just like actually getting full 3 meals in and some snacks in between. Um, but like the first month ish had that had me like hungry and always making me want to eat. But then now I'm like I'm tired of food and now I don't want to eat. If anything, I should see faster and more progress within the next few months up until race day. Because now I'm definitely eating way less and I'm training harder. So should see my muscles more. And I should lose the fat a lot faster. which I've actually already kind of noticed that like I'm going down the scale faster than I was before. It was also because like I wasn't trying to do like a fast cut. I gave myself like a couple of months to do it, so I probably could have lost weight or more weight within the past like 2, 3 months that we had been doing it. But I wasn't really training my body or like putting my body through so much in terms of working out. I was just doing normal weightlifting and like an average amount of cardio. So now we're doing a lot. So hopefully we see some muscles coming through and some fat going away.
Yeah, I think you'll get there.
And I think for you, it'll be good because you're eating a buttload of protein, which means your muscles should grow a good size. So then that way when you cut, it's gonna look real good.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, even kind of like her, I've already, or ever since officially starting the bulk a couple weeks ago, I've already noticed a significant increase in my strength in a lot of areas, or in pretty much every single workout that I've been doing since we started all this fitness stuff. I've, I mean, I've been going up in weight, but now ever since the bulk, I'm like significantly going up in weight because now my body is, a bit more fed, more protein, and I'm able to bring up these muscles a lot faster.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, hopefully, hopefully, when we get to pushing around those 300 pounds on competition day,
Oh my
excuse me, I just
goodness.
farted.
Just ripped a
Hopefully,
hole in the bed.
yeah, hopefully eating all this and training those 300 pounds won't be so bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel very confident in my body, I guess, at the moment. I feel like I've been looking good lately.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you can say the same.
Yes. You look good.
Just you never tell me. So
Mm-hmm. Shut up, you big baby. What else? I think that's it in terms of high rocks things. Oh, the we actually had like a few places to choose from, kind of.
oh yeah,
Or I had presented different options, but
she had 3 propositions.
yeah, I had my three propositions. Um, they were all a month away from each other, but the one that we are now deciding to go to is the earliest one, which is February. I think our day would be the second. Um, the third or the second option was Germany because we have friends there and we could potentially, just meet up, have a nice little vacation. And then the third and essentially the worst option was during his birthday month. So it would have been like basically a birthday trip. But it would have been to Miami,
Yep,
going back home.
yep. That one would have included going back home, and I mean, to start off, I'm already against the idea of going home. I mean, ever since we've moved to Italy, we both of us, especially me, have been very, very vocal about not going back to the States.
Yeah.
Probably for this entire tour, the 4 years that I'm assigned here, because I'd much rather spend my money traveling around Europe and the other side of the world, other than going back home to the same people that I now barely talk to, other than family, of course.
Yeah.
It's just the same old,
And
same
like
old.
for the price that we would have to pay to go back home is essentially like two vacations, 2 to 3, really, depending on like where we would go. Um, within a few hours from here. So we can definitely get a lot more just staying out here.
Yeah,
So that was an immediate no. But I just
yeah,
I just brought it up because it was just funny to see that Miami was an option. And I'm pretty sure Miami was like I think the last of the tour. But yeah, that
yeah.
option was closed real quick because that was also the most expensive. Just
Oh
like
yeah,
totaling up everything for even tickets like for the actual High Rocks competition. I don't know why it's different everywhere or like depending on where the competition is. In total, the tickets would have been almost 400 for both of us, and then here it should be under. It's more like 250.
Yeah.
So
That to me immediately. That was the first one I addressed when she brought up the three options. I was like, yeah, we're definitely not going home just because I don't want to go home, and it's the most expensive. And also leaving Sky behind versus bringing him, both expensive and worrisome options to me. So
yeah, and that was the other issue with Germany. Sky is not allowed in Germany
yeah,
because of
he's
his
banned.
breed. So that was also another thing that we would have to look into because taking him just isn't an option at all. So having to find somebody to watch him, um, that's just not something we want to deal with. So
Mm.
we chose the somewhat closer option, even though it actually would have been closer to go to Germany, but we are staying within Italy. We're just gonna be about eight-ish hours away.
Yep. Yeah. Gonna be going out to the city of Turin. Turin, Italy.
Yeah, never heard of that place. That's why I didn't even know. At first, I had looked, like when I had first brought it up in the podcast, whenever I did. That's when I was looking at all the places, and I didn't recognize that name, so I didn't bother to really look that up. But when I was actually looking through to find somewhere to go, I was just typing in like every single place and seeing like how far it was because we'd most likely be driving wherever we went. And then I looked up that place, and I saw it was in Italy, so I was like, ugh, we're doing it. It's not that far away. So,
Yeah, we'll be over there. Based on the pictures, it looks like a pretty cool city. So, I mean, traveling, competition, we'll not have to, you know, outsource Sky to somebody and deal with that. So,
yeah, it'll be fun. This is just what our life is going to consist of for the next 3 months
yep,
because this is some serious business, and I definitely don't want to go into this the way that we went into the marathon.
way that you went into the marathon.
Still,
Hey, I'm
still.
standing on
Well,
business.
even then, you still weren't like training for a marathon way before I was. Because people spend like 6 months training for a marathon.
Well, yeah, it's
Actually,
not that I
knowing
was.
6 months ahead you were going to train for a marathon.
Yeah, it's not that I was training before. It's just that during the training process, you didn't keep up with it while I did. That's more so what I'm referring to.
No.
So when the day of our half marathon came, I was fully prepared to get that done in the goal time that we had in mind. But because you didn't keep up,
No, to be fair, we would have finished within our time if the freaking moose wasn't in our way.
oh,
We wasted a good.
dang, that did happen. I forget about that. That was crazy.
That was so terrifying.
That was
We
hilarious.
wasted at least 10 minutes, if not a little bit more, because there was a moose on the trail. And I don't know if you've ever seen a moose in real life, but they are huge and scary and unpredictable. You don't know when they're just going to all of a sudden charge at you or if they're going to be nice and mind their business.
Yeah,
So we, we were there for like 10 minutes.
yeah, yeah. We did fall behind because again, uh, I guess her conditioning kind of fell through. What was it, around like mile 8 or 9, right?
It was that hill. Yeah, it was mile 7. Mile
Yeah,
7 was that big old hill,
yeah,
and I cannot do hills.
yeah. She has a big hatred of hills.
Even baby
Um,
hills. My legs, they can't do it. My
yeah, just
shins.
big, small, in between, just hills. Period.
And
Up down is
this
bad
one
for
was
her.
huge, and it was just so it was so bad because like finishing up on mile 6, you're running towards the hill and you can see it, and then it's like, oh, it's not too terrible. It's a hill, but it's not terrible. And then you get on it, and I just felt like I was climbing to the sky. It felt so bad. I hated it. And
I didn't mind it.
the other thing, we had stopped because I peed. I think that was my mistake.
No, I don't think you made a mistake. What were you gonna do? Pee yourself?
Well, no, but like people say, like don't
Oh, I think
stop
you
when
also
you're
pooped.
running. Oh yes, I did. Yeah, I had to. The nerves and just like everything was really hitting me, and it was gonna come out. So I had to
Yeah,
stop. But like people always say, like you can't stop in a race like that because of that. Like, and as soon as I went to the bathroom, wasn't too long after that I stopped, and that's when we started walking.
Yeah.
Bad day, bad day.
Yeah. Uh,
But we did it, okay? We're
yeah,
part
I
of
mean,
the.
we finished, so hey, the job was done. It's
Yeah.
just the time in which we did it wasn't ideal. But yeah, she is right. That moose did kind of derail us because on those last, what was, like 3 to 4 miles, we were trying to make up for the time we lost when she started walking and
Mm-hmm.
when she had gone to the bathroom. But then obviously we ran into a moose that kind of kept us still for a good 10, 15 minutes. So
Mm-hmm.
that kind of derailed us. But either way, we were already derailed.
We definitely would have finished under 3 hours, though, and that was a goal. If I hadn't stopped to go
Yeah.
pee, and if it wasn't for the moose, we would have been under 3 because I'm pretty sure our time was like 3:11, 3:12.
I don't remember, honestly.
It was definitely around that range, and that was the amount of time that we had spent um just standing around or walking.
Yeah. Yeah. It's all good. This time around, we're going to stick to our training and we're
Yes.
not going to run into any moose this time because I think the competition is indoors this time around. So,
Yes. No, no animals. That's still so crazy.
yeah.
Moose are really just in their own world
But
in
also,
Alaska.
that was kind of your fault as well
Okay, I was
because I was
scared. Okay.
willing when we first ran into the moose. I'm like, babe, we gotta go, let's go. And she was just kind of standing there like, no, I don't want to.
Because they are terrifying, and
Well,
you never know if it's going to be the one that wants to come in charge, or if it's just going to stay still and look at you pass by. Which, thankfully, that was the case for this moose. But
yeah.
you don't know that when you're approaching a big giant animal.
Well, clearly it turned out fine. So if you just listen to me,
Whatever.
it's okay.
I'm scared for my life.
It's okay. Yeah, it really wasn't that big of a deal to me. Again, we finished, so
Yeah.
who cares?
First half marathon, we did it. We can say we did it. So it is what it is. There was just like so many things that day that just didn't go well, and the training and all that. Just yeah, it was not anything that we were prepared for. It was more of a, hey, this is happening. We should do it because we were already like doing
Yeah, she
races
signed us up
beforehand.
for it. It was all her idea.
Well, yeah, all of the races have been my idea, but clearly I've learned that running is not my forte, which
I mean,
unfortunately is this competition that we're going into. It is half running, but I'm in a better mindset.
but at least it's not a friggin' half mile.
A half marathon.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah. Um, from at least like now compared to my mind before, I'm in a different mindset of training and motivation and discipline. So I think we're in better hands here. It's just more about um how things are going to be when it comes to pushing those heavy boulders. But I think we're starting at a good time from TikToks and just videos that I've seen. People don't really start training until like a month or two, month and a half right before. So I think we're on good time.
Yeah.
We'll see how the next month and a half ish goes. Then if we gotta make changes before the new year comes around, then we do so. And then yeah, we just go from there.
Yeesh.
Still just trying to have fun. Obviously it's a competition, so like I wanna place good. At least try to get under 2 hours. Gosh. But
I think that's achievable.
I hope so. It's
I mean,
really just those runs that you like. You got to be sub 5 in those runs in order to make good time.
we'll be all right.
Yeah. Any whoosies. Enough of the run talk or competition talks.
Back to the election. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
Uh,
Also, just quickly talking, not even really on the election, but we've been unfollowed by so many people.
oh yeah. So here's the thing. Obviously, or I'm not gonna say obviously. On Instagram, I'm not much of a poster. I'm not super active, so, and also, we're not really that big yet. So I've never had like following. I've never been one of the cool kids back in high school. So I've usually been around like the 400 to 500 range. But yeah, I have lost 20 over 20 followers now, because of my stance on the whole political thing, and
Yep.
uh, half my family is not super pleased with my position on things either. But I don't know. Sorry for your loss.
Yeah.
But like genuinely, like I'm sure that in some moments I may come off as haha you lost, but I don't mean to come off that way. Okay? I believe that the direction we're heading in now is better for everybody. Sorry that your feelings are hurt, but this is what the people want. So, like I said, like she said, life goes on. And like I said, we still got to get up for work tomorrow morning. Work is at 7 o'clock a.m. for me. I'm showing up no matter who my boss is.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we have lost followers. That's funny.
Yeah.
And y'all doing that, y'all are petty and weak minded and soft and
like,
babies.
I could probably unfollow like 100 people from the amount of stories that I've seen of people just like constantly reposting all these sob stories, and it's so annoying that like I just can't even go on Instagram anymore without seeing something about some women and oh my god, I'm crying and whatever it is.
You're not
Like,
losing your rights, bro. Chill out.
I'm not gonna sit here and waste my time unfollowing you because of what you think.
Yeah.
If you want people to unfollow, you go do it. Like, it's so stupid.
Yeah, it's
It's just funny too.
childish. And it's funny, but ultimately it's childish behavior. I mean,
And what's even worse is that like the people on that side are really coming at us, not like us specifically. I just mean like those who voted for Trump, talking about oh they're uneducated, they don't know what they're talking about. You're literally telling people
you
to
mean
off
voted
themselves.
for Kamala?
No, I'm talking about those who voted for Kamala are telling.
Right. You said Trump.
Yes.
Oh, and by the way, we didn't vote.
No, we did not
We
vote.
did not vote, but it wasn't really by choice. I would have liked to have voted, but
It wouldn't have got there in time.
yeah,
with the
I
cutoff
mean,
year.
the whole that's something that a lot of people have been crying out about. Oh my god, my vote didn't get counted, or like the absentee ballots. It seems like none of that got counted anyways, because at a certain point, Trump was so far ahead. There's no point in counting all those. Um, but yeah, I mean, there was a whole issue with absentee ballots. I'm also not sure how exactly that whole thing worked. Regardless, I'm happy that he won. But yeah, y'all, man,
Yeah.
weak, weak-minded. Sad to me, because oh, this guy's having a bad dream. He's doing little barks. Because a family member of mine, tried to say like, "Oh, you're really boasting and gloating about the fact that Trump won." And I'm like, okay, first of all, I'm not gloating. Most of what I've said in any group chats or messages or whatever has been in response to what other people say first. I'm not putting it in your face. I'm not rubbing it in your nose. I'm not being like, haha, you suck. No, I'm simply stating the facts. And in response to the things that they're saying first. Second of all, if they had won, if Kamala had been president, the whole group chat of that side of the family, are we just going to sit here and act like y'all aren't going to be celebrating with champagne emojis, party emojis?
It would have been the same. The only difference is that
I wouldn't have been in there crying about it.
yeah, everybody would have been like, "Oh, that's unfortunate. All right, move on. What are you going to do? You can't make an impact like that. Nobody can change the election. Like, it is what it is. Yeah. We're going to keep on moving with our day. Our daily lives are just going to keep going."
Yeah. By no means am I gloating trying to say that Trump is. Am I not allowed to celebrate? That's what I asked her. I'm like, so if you guys had won and you're out here celebrating, you think I'm going to go in the group chat acting all baby-like, crying about, oh my God, can you please stop celebrating? My feelings are hurt. No. I'd be like, all right, congratulations. You guys did what you wanted.
That's literally the problem with liberals, is that they're so into their emotions and everything just has to be a sob story, and people start victimizing themselves, and it just becomes this whole, it's so stupid.
If y'all win, you're childish. Happy. But when we win and we want to be happy about it, suddenly we're criminals. where the racist, sexist, homophobic, fascist, communist, Hitler
Everything
people.
is.
And that's what's funny to me, ultimately, is that you guys were the party of joy, love, acceptance, progression, unity, and yet in the face of loss, all you do is throw insults and cry about it.
I literally have people on my Instagram and their little notes thingy that you can add on Instagram on like your little bubble. I've seen quite a few literally saying, there's this one specific one that said, kill yourself, trumpets. Like,
yeah. And what happened to the party of joy? You guys are out here.
And then they called Trump supporters uneducated and stupid.
Yeah. Y'all are crazy. I'm sorry, but you guys are crazy saying that he's a threat to democracy. He's Hitler part 2, and anybody who supports him is a Nazi, and they're racist and they're sexist and all this other BS. Are you serious? In the face of loss, look at the way that you guys are behaving. I mean, grow up.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious. Like, so much for all that joy, right? All that hate that you guys spread throughout the entire campaign in the name of unity and joy and love. All that hate that you spread literally almost got the man killed. And somehow he's the threat to democracy. I don't think y'all understand the fundamental flaw in logic that entails. Hurling all that hate when literally everything you were accusing of is what you guys were.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I don't know, man. Take the loss like a champ. Or, well, this might be controversial. Take it like a man. All right? Not that you guys know what that is, but take it like a man.
It's just the people have just become so sensitive and
you've lost your priorities.
Yeah. Anyways, moving off of that, because we're not going to get too much into that. We've already said enough. Let's do some ending questions, shall we?
Yeah, ending questions. If you haven't clicked off yet, oh, I'm looking at you.
For those who are still here with us,
those that are still here,
congratulations. You get a cookie. I'll send it in the mail.
Hold up. Wait.
Oh God.
Hold up, because I don't know if you guys have seen this one video of this.
I'm sure people have seen.
Yeah, there was one video of the girl screaming in her car. That was like,
why?
Yeah.
No.
Do y'all hate me that much? Right. Crash out of the century. Award of crash out of the century goes to her.
Is so embarrassing.
Like, are you kidding me?
The fact that you sit there, put your phone up, press record, start screaming and crying, stop your video, sit there in your car again in silence, and still post it.
Yeah, that's the funniest thing.
That's so...
Like, I get you guys are sad, but like she said, you're propping up your phones to record, and then after you're done recording, you're like, yeah, this will show them, and you post it. Are you? Oh my goodness, that's the ick.
Oh, that reminds me, we need to do that TikTok I showed you.
Oh yeah. No, but then there was the other video of the night of the election. That there was this other girl. She was in tears, and she was like, "I just don't want to go to sleep because tomorrow I might wake up a slave." Are you that? See, that's the
people.
You guys have been deceived.
People just don't know what they're talking about. No research is being done. You're going with what some person says on TikTok, and you're running with it and making false claims.
Yeah, and not just TikTok. It's the news. CNN, MSNBC, whatever they call it, MSDNC as a joke. Like, goodness me, you guys have been deceived like an MF. Worrying about waking up a slave? Are you?
That was her tactic. If you couldn't tell, like that was the whole thing.
The fear mongering.
Yeah.
You guys are ridiculous. Anyways, ending questions. If you've made it this far, congratulations.
Now you get 2 cookies.
Yes, 2 cookies. And I'll throw in a third one if you're that sad. How's your perspective of life changed over the years?
how do I put this into words? There's a lot in my brain. We have obviously our situation. We were thrown into the adult world earlier than most,
I wouldn't say
especially
thrown
than
into.
our. Well,
We
no,
chose it.
we chose this route in life, but it put us in an early start into the adult life, into the real world, um, and that's something that none of our friends have experienced because they're still in college or doing whatever they're doing. Um, so being on like this side of things and like actually doing real life things just kind of shows you like or seeing the priorities of other people just kind of shows or like I don't know how to put into words because like just seeing what our friends prioritize and like how they think because they're not in the real world, so like they don't really have the grasp on life and what that means. So it just kind of it shows you like who not who like your true people are or like their true colors. I don't know how to explain it. Can you get what I'm saying?
Kinda.
I don't
Well,
know.
no, I mean, that's I guess largely my same stance is that because of the route um, that I followed ever since being out of high school, and especially this year alone, I've been able to get a firmer grasp on reality. And I would say that
Yeah, like we just know what life is now.
yeah, yeah, my perspective on life largely this year has been uh, changed in large part due to my recommitment to following my faith, to trying to actually read the Bible for the first time in my life and really be true to Jesus. Um, my perspective has been changed a lot in just the past like 4 or 5 months alone. I feel a really firm grasp on reality right now. Um, and I pray that I get to continue that for as long as I live. But yeah, no, I'm very thankful of the path that was presented to me and that I chose to follow because I mean, here I am, happy. Um, I think if I had continued down like the typical path of going to college with my friends from back home, like I was headed, I'm not gonna lie, in high school, I was headed down a very liberal path, a very liberal train of thought, frame of mind, and belief system. But ever since joining the military and being in the real world, and again, especially in the past few months, recommitting to my faith in Christ, oh, boy, boy, am I glad I did not go to college.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and seeing how recently, I guess, certain family members, certain family members and friends going to college. I don't want to point out people in specific. Seeing how they've entered college and in a matter of months, because the school year barely just started, how they've flipped on pretty much everything that we were brought up on at home. Yeah, I'm glad.
Mm-hmm.
I thank God every day I didn't go to college. Uh, yeah, a lot of my perspective has to do with my faith in Christ, and what that has brought me. Uh, man, I just I wish more people would get a firmer grasp on reality, because again, back to kind of the election thing, it is very clear the disparity in the grasp on reality that both sides, Republican and Democrat, have had in this election cycle. It's quite sad, honestly. Like sometimes I might want to laugh at it, but in reality, it makes me sad to see the disparity in the hive mind of the left versus the right.
Mm.
And I'm not trying to judge. Honestly, I want you guys to wake up. And I know that even within my family, some of them that voted left, some of them still have an intelligent mind. I was just speaking to one of them yesterday. He knows what he's talking about. Unfortunately, there were some areas that we disagreed on, and that's why he went left, and I would have wanted to go right. But he's still intelligent. He knows what he's doing. But others that fell victim to the programming and the lies and deception of the left, goodness gracious. Get a grip. That's my perspective on life right now. Is I pray that people get a grip.
Mm.
Next question. Oh, did you have any more to add to that, milady?
No, not really. That's kind of essentially where I stand.
Yeah. Next thing, something you've wanted to do but haven't. You go first. I gotta think about this.
I want to go skydiving.
Skydiving.
That's also scary.
I'd be down for that. I think skydiving is pretty cool.
And they do a lot of parasailing out here. So.
Oh yeah, yeah. While her mom was here, we saw a bunch actually throughout the days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a lot of, because you guys know we have the mountains back here. Yeah, there's a lot of parasailers out lately. I mean, maybe not right now because it's a bit cold for that.
Oh God, no! It's probably like negative up there. That would be so bad.
Yeah. No, while her mom was here, it was just warm enough, just fresh enough that people have been out there. Yeah, no, I'd be down for some parasailing, skydiving.
Yeah, just
Hopefully, when the winter finally comes around for real this year, some snow on those mountains, we could go snowboarding and such.
Mm-hmm.
Goodness. I mean, it's something we haven't done this year, but
yeah.
Life. What have I not done in life that I want to do?
It doesn't have to be too big. Could also be something simple.
Oh, well, I mean, some short/medium termish goals. Rank up at work, make staff. Uh, have kids eventually that I now feel very secure about.
Mm-hmm. Like you have kids no more.
Oh my goodness, that's a whole other thing. All you guys talking about, I'm not gonna have kids no more. I don't feel safe. Or the whole 4B movement. Oh my goodness. You know what? You guys think that that's such a flex that you guys are not gonna sleep around with men anymore. It's almost like that was the goal, you goofies. Goodness. All you liberal loose ladies. And men, not just the ladies. All you hoes on both men and women. All you hoes now acting like it's a flex to suddenly be conservative and celibacy for the next 4 years. Goofy, that was the goal. Bro, it's like we've been telling you to stop sleeping around so much. Maybe you wouldn't need to abort a child if you don't sleep around so much. Like this, that's the simple logic that you guys lack. But I digress. Yeah, ranking up and having kids.
Yeah, this sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last one. What are you grateful for right now?
I think this also just ties in with the first question. Just being able to, what is it? Just being able to see things as they are and not living in a world behind, like people say, your rose colored glasses. Really just what's the word? It's essentially like the first question. Just like thankful to be in a position where we can see what life really is and what that means, and being able to have a support system behind it.
What am I grateful for right now? I don't know, guys. I do know, but I mean it's fairly simple. Let me start there. It's fairly simple. I'm grateful for Jesus Christ. Point blank. Period. That's my answer. That's what I'm grateful for. Because without him, I am nothing. Especially this year, the amount of work that I've been putting in. None of this is by myself because I've been presented with way too many opportunities that don't just, these things don't just come around. Because based off what I've experienced in my first few years in the Air Force and my not so commitment and faithfulness, and ain't nothing without him. And by the way, this comes with my what's the whatever. That's what I'm grateful for.
Yeah. To wrap things up, I think with everything that's gone on the past few days, really just reminds you to keep your close circle and just surround yourself with people who actually deserve to be in your life.
I would phrase it slightly different. Not so much deserve, but want to be in your life. Because clearly there's a lot of people that don't want anything with anybody.
Well, I mean, yeah, I'm not saying if they don't want to be in your life, well, duh. I'm just saying, like, you also don't need to keep anybody in your life if you didn't want to.
I guess, yeah.
So, yeah, that's about it.
Yep.
Stand your grounds. Don't fall into what other people tell you. Do your own research. And that really just goes for anything. That has not really anything to do with just the past few days. That's literally any topic or anything in life. Just do things for yourself.
Yep.
Don't listen to other people.
Yep. Last thing I gotta say is wake up. And you know who you are. Wake up. Actually, I wouldn't have to say that if you know who you are. But I think it's been very clear who I'm talking to. Wake up.
Yes. And on that note, we will be heading out for the night.
Yeah.
Enjoy your weekend. We sure will, because we are stuffing our faces with some sushi.
Oh yeah.
So
you guys know our favorite sushi spot. Apparently they're having like it's the anniversary of their opening. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And some food or some drinks. Something is free. They're having a big discount since it's the anniversary night, so you guys know where we're gonna be at.
Yep, and
drinking wine, eating sushi.
We've been working hard this week, so
yeah,
we're gonna go stuff our faces and enjoy our weekend together, and that's it.
Yep.
We will see you guys on Tuesday. Sorry we didn't upload a vlog yesterday. Just we didn't have anything worthy, and I didn't want to like last minute just find some baloney to put together to put up. So sorry about that.
Yeah, and plus, quite honestly, probably nobody would have watched the video anyways because everybody's too busy being happy or sad about whoever's president.
Yeah, and I'm sure not many people are happy with us. So,
oh yeah,
we move on. It's all right.
Oh yeah, I guess this might go without saying. Obviously, if you guys are part of the group that are like kicking people out of your life and whatnot, if we are unfortunately part of that group, I'm sorry. It was nice to know you. I'll shake your hand respectfully. Sorry we don't agree. I'd love to keep you around, but if you really feel that strongly, don't let the door hit your ass on the way out.
Yeah, and we'll see you guys on Tuesday for another vloggy.
Jowdy.